All right. Hello, everyone. Let's get started. Thank you for coming here today. First of all, please let me know that you can hear me and you can see the screen. I don't want to be talking to myself. If you can just let me know that you can see the screen and you can hear me, that would help. Anyone, please let me know that you can hear me. Otherwise, if we can't, it's an issue. All right, so I guess yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. So today we're going to be talking and looking at live charts from today featuring Zephyrus Force. 1 minute here. Let me just adjust one thing. Okay, 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, all right, yeah. So first of all, who am I? If you've never heard or saw me before, my name is James Buchman, been trading for 16 years, about 10 of those profitably. I have my own Discord group. If I can just do a quick plug-in for my Discord group. This is it. We have member channels where we give up to the minute real-time trade setups. We have, of course, a regular member area. We have high probability setups. Today was a gold trade, for example, to buy 2446.3. If you take a look at the high is 2462. We were actually targeting 58, 56, 58, between $1,000 and $1,200 per e-mini contract. We have markets with Gil. This is a good friend of mine and a mentor. He is a 30-plus year trading veteran and makes amazing calls on S&P. I mean, since the morning began, he was calling for higher prices, 52.81, then into 5300s, 53.22 was one of them. So we have a number of these different channels. Trade indications, this is me posting. And here I was looking for the NASDAQ to move from 980, 7:30 in the morning, price was around 980, to move toward 270 to 290 during the pit session. We are, of course, a heck of a lot higher than that. So this is what we do. We have a public area. You can see what people say about us. This is actually one of the members taking that gold trade I was talking about, the buy at 2446 to move higher. I post there as well, also in a public area. This is, whenever I can, I take a screenshots of the trades that I post. I take a screenshot of the rhythmic dashboard, and just day after day, we have these trades that members share, that I share. We're now approaching 600 members. People like us. We have been on fire lately. So come and check us out. In any case, we are here today to talk about Zephyrus Force. We're going to be looking at live charts from today. So I never cherry pick. When there is a webinar, I always show today's charts. I trade them using prop firm accounts. And I'm just going to be kind of talking about my approach to trading this particular system. So a quick introduction first. Zephyrus Force, basically what this system does is it identifies a trend. Then it waits for two types of pullbacks: a Fibonacci retracement pullback, which you can customize what kind of Fibonacci retracement you want. Everything I'm going to be using today is default settings, out of the box as is. I did not change anything on any of the charts we're going to see. I did not want anyone to say, well, you changed things to make it look good. No, I changed nothing. I touched nothing. I simply put the indicator on the chart. We're going to have different time frames. I've made, I think, 2 or 3 already of these webinars. One of the complaints was I only show King Renko bars. Now, I'll be honest with you, I prefer the King Renko bar. I think it's a very accurate bar to trade with this system, and really most of NINZA core systems. But for today, just to show it's not only the King Renko bar, we're going to be taking a look at time charts, tick charts, range charts, and the regular NINZA core bar. Not the King Renko, but the NINZA core Renko bar, just the regular Renko bar. So it's really as simple as that. So it has a trend, 2 types of pullback, Fibonacci and PA pullbacks. Those are pullbacks into the cloud. We're going to see those. It is a deeper pullback than a Fibonacci pullback. It is a pullback into this cloud, and then we're going to see those PA. Here is one of them, PA pullback. It's just a deeper pullback in the same trend. So this is really a trend following system with pullbacks. So you will only going to see signals in a direction of the trend. It's going to be waiting for pullbacks, but in a direction of the trend. There is a way to trail stops and all of that. I'll tell you, especially with the smaller time frames, like the smaller King Renko bars or the NINZA Renko bars, that's really, I think, for scalping. You can use this, let's say, on time bars for more than just scalping. But if you're going to use a smaller time frame, it's really for scalping. But you could trail. This system does allow you to have a certain methodology of trailing a price. Anyway, I really want to start looking at the charts. This is all nice, but I think really to get a feel for it, it's important to look at real charts from today. So what should we start with? So let's start with a King Renko bar and then move to other time frames. So just make sure you guys can see it. Yes, okay, right? Yes, guys can see it. All right. So this is crude oil. So crude oil opens up at 9 o'clock. And so we're gonna, so you see here, this is the PA, this is the deeper pullback. This is the PA pullback. Now let's, before we even go further, I want to say a few things here about the system. First of all, the signals do not repaint. What is repainting? Repainting is when in real time, let's say a signal is in a different place, and let's say it works out to be like a losing signal, right? If you refresh a chart, all of a sudden that same buy signal is in a different place where it looks like it's a winning signal. That's called repainting. There is no repainting here. So you can take a look at historical charts and it's going to look the same way as real-time live chart. It does not repaint. The signal is printed upon bar close. So this signal doesn't appear here on the bottom. I wish, no, it appears here. When this bar closes, the opening of the following bar will paint this signal. Okay, that's as far as that. This system does not come with automation. However, you can, and I recommend you do, automate these signals using a third-party software. I'm sure most of you know what that software is. If you're not sure, email me or ask your friends. I'm sure they'll be able to tell you. Email me. I think especially with King Renko bars, things can happen so fast, and lately the volatility has been so great. You will just be missing these signals. If you automate these signals, as soon as it's painting, this auto trader is going to take a trade, and it's just easier that way. How do I trade that? So I have a few rules that I have for the system. Now, those rules are not officially from NINZA code. These are my rules. That's how I trade it, okay? To be clear. I take only the first signal in a given direction. What does that mean? I would only take the first one, okay? If there are subsequent signals in the same direction, in this case, short, if there are subsequent signals short, I would not be taking them. I only take the first one. Number one. Number two, and I think everyone should have a trading plan that includes a reasonable daily profit target. Okay, for me, for today, it was 550. So reasonable daily profit target. You don't just keep on trading. The idea is not to take every single trade you see. We're going to go over all the signals just for demonstration, but what I'm saying is that's a bad way to go. You must have a plan. You don't just keep on trading. Third thing, I do not like to trade past 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern. So after like an hour to an hour and a half after the US session opens for indices, or after like 10:30, after an hour and a half for crude oil. I just don't like it. I like to get my targets in early and be done. I don't want to still trading during chop time. Very often, I mean, now things are moving, but very often, once it's like 11 o'clock, things really slow down. And I don't want to be participating in chop. That's not what I want to do. So I don't just keep on trading. I have a plan. I have a target. I'm done. I try to stay away after 10:30, 11 o'clock. Anyway, so let's get to it. So here we go, 9 o'clock. We have the first one is a PA long. It gets you here. Again, King Renko bar, probably only for scalping. There might be scalping here. If not, it's a small loss, but you should get something here. Here is another one here. Again, this is crude oil. So this is about $100+ here, which is a scalp. And this is the deeper PA signal. This is the deeper retracement into the cloud. Oops, and here is the signal. Later on, trend up, right? So again, first it identifies a trend, waits for a pullback. Here is the Fibonacci 50% pullback. Again, I did not change any settings. And the truth is you should be working on settings because depending on what time frame you use, you will need some adjustments. But again, just to avoid this whole thing of settings, I changed nothing. And I take only the first one. So this is the Fibonacci long, right? And that's all we have. So that's crude oil. It is what it is. Didn't do much for today. Okay for scalping, and there was a bit more than a scalp, but again, not much in crude oil, and this is the King Renko bar. Again, guys, I don't cherry pick, so this is what happened today. I'm not gonna try to look for a chart from 2 weeks ago that looks good. That's not being honest. So that's the King Renko. Now let's take a look at the regular NINZA Renko, and this is on gold. So gold a bit after the news, right? We had the 8:30 news. Gold opens early. A bit after the news, we don't want to be trading the news. So here's the short, right? Here's the Fibonacci short, change of trend, Fibonacci retracement, bar closes down. Here is the short. Again, I prefer the first signal only. Change is switching. Here is the long trend, pulling back, Fibonacci retracement, 50%. Up we go. Here was a change of trend, but no confirmation of any kind. So there was no short here. There was no short. Again, take a look at the time, right? You want to be aware of the time. Pullback, Fibonacci 50%. Up we go. This is a short trend, a bearish trend, I should say. And there is not much here, right? So you see how as we get deeper into the day, the setups are not as good. That's why I don't like trading during that time. Change of trend, Fibonacci, deeper PA, right? This is the deeper retracement with a PA signal, and up we go over here. So this is gold on a NINZA Renko, 8.4. Okay, let's start looking at some other types of charts. For example, let's look, what is this here? The YM. The YM, and this is a 200 tick chart. So a 200 tick chart, just to show you, it doesn't have to be any kind of a King Renko or any kind of a, we're going to be looking at a different time frame. So 930, right? The trend is long. This is the first Fibonacci, well, this is the first Fibonacci retracement, and just up we go. So the YM very bullish today. This will be the first retracement right after 930, second retracement, and that's it. I mean, again, you must have your reasonable daily goal, right? The idea is not to keep on trading. So here it is, a few of these Fibonacci. Again, I prefer the first one. Change of trend, but no signal, long. And here is the signal. This gives you something, 20, 30 ticks. But again, chop time, right? Again, that's why I don't like this time. Use a Fibonacci retracement long. You had something here. That's why I don't like subsequent signals. You see that? This is good. This is not. Here's the short. Get something here. And this is now. So yeah. So again, I don't like trading after 10:30, 11 o'clock, but you had some opportunities after that as well. All right, let's, how about some NASDAQ? For the NASDAQ, I chose a 30-second chart. I was thinking of a minute, but because of the volatility, the bars on the minute chart are so huge. I thought, how do you really trade that? So again, I just prefer the King Renko. With the King Renko, you know exactly where the bar is going to start, where it's going to end. It's more uniform. This is a bit more chaotic, but in any case, here is 930. This is a 30-second chart. Here is the PA deeper retracement long. I know it doesn't look like much. It's about 20 points. just, just so you know, I mean, this is the kind of volatility we had. This is about 20 points, $400 per contract. Then the trend is changing short. Now remember, a change of trend by itself is not a signal. I guess it could be if you want to treat it like that, but the whole point of this system are the pullbacks. So there was a change of trend, but technically this is not a signal to go short. And there is no signal to go short. Did not reach the minimum requirements. Here is a Fibonacci retracement here. Here it is, long. Again, guys, this is default settings out of the box. I did not change a thing. And wow, I mean, that's that's a that's a killer long, right? Again, you see how the first one is the best and the subsequent are not so much. That's again why I prefer the first signal in a given direction. This again, you know what? Look at the time, right? After 11, don't like it. Fibonacci down. This is still, I got good for 10 points, I guess, but I mean, definitely not much. Fibonacci long, and that takes you up. Change of trend again. This is the PA deeper retracement short. Here it is. And that takes you down. Long trend, but no signal. Short trend, but no signal. See now, so here it is long again. But again, you see how, like I bet if you sat down and you would change some things in the settings, it would just behave better. Again, with the King Renko bar, it's slightly different. So I imagine you would need to change, you would need to customize some settings to really, if you like time charts, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with time charts. But you would probably need to customize some settings. Again, I did not change anything here. And still definitely very nice signals. Now, what would you change? For example, let me show you. And there's some in a slideshow, you're going to see some some slides have to do with that. Basically, these three, the first three, that deals with the sensitivity of the trend. How sensitive do you want the trend to be? In other words, what kind of a price movement the other way would change the trend, for example, from long to short? So that's these three. These three settings have to do with that. Then, of course, the Fibonacci retracements, right? The default is at 50%. You want it to be whatever, 31, 62, whatever the numbers are, 78, whatever. So you decide what kind of a Fibonacci retracement you want. Again, I did not change anything in any of these settings, but probably if you choose some time frames that might not behave so well, call it behave so well, you might want to change these settings to get better results. So, right, that's the NASDAQ. We did not look at the Russell yet. I put the Russell on a range chart, 15 range chart. Where's the Russell? Here is the Russell. This is the Russell on a 15 range, so like a regular range chart, right? Again, with the same settings. So 930, change of trend, Fibonacci retracement, and you have definitely a winning trade over here. And you see how the first one is the best, right? The subsequent sometimes are not so good. So I only take the first one. Then a whole bunch, well, there is a short that gives you something. The short gives you something. This short is not, this is not a good short. This would be not a big losing signal, but a losing signal. Here is the PA retracement into the cloud. This is a nice long Fibonacci retracement. Again, this is, I would just stick with this one. Then we have a change of trend, but no signal. A change of trend, Fibonacci long. This is a scalp, another Fibonacci long. Another one, but that just gets overdone. And again, look at the time, right? You see the difference in movement after like 10:30, 11 o'clock. That's just, that's very common. And we just had a couple of Fibonacci's here for a scalp. But anyway, so this is a 15 range. Not my way to trade, but some people like range charts. So this is a range chart on the Russell. Let's, what else do I mean? Oh, the S&P. Yeah. Let's look at the S&P. Oh, S&P. S&P I also have on the NINZA Renko chart. So this is the S&P 930 Fibonacci retracement. Here it is. Change of trend, but no signal. Change of trend long. Here are the signals here. There's the Fibonacci retracement 50%. Up we go. Change of trend, no signal. Change of trend, Fibonacci, pretty much break even, I guess, before the change of trend. Long, Fibonacci retracement. Again, look at the time, right? Can only get a little bit here. This is probably no good because there was a change of trend here. And now we're here. So not enough for a Fibonacci retracement or the PA pullback. So that's the S&P. Do I have anything else? No, I think I covered everything pretty much. Right, let's take a look at the slideshow. You know what? Before the slideshow, just in case you're in a hurry, let me show you the deal. Okay. So the deal is normally it is $2,200, 15 licenses for $596. There is a $200 gift with the code Fibonacci. And by the way, any questions regarding anything that has to do with the product or something is not working or any kind of an issue, you contact NINZA directly. Info at NINZA. I'm just the guy who trades. That's all I do. I just trade. So yeah, so this is the deal. 15 licenses at 596. By the way, if you somehow don't make it, whatever, if you email me, can't promise, but I'll see what I can do. Email me and quickly show you again my info here. I'll go daytrading@yahoo.com. If you email me, I'll see what I can do. And anyway, so this is everything that we have seen, right? Change of trend and then wait for a pullback. The trades, the signals will only be in the direction of the trend. There was some back testing done. This is again just different time frames. Different time frames. We've seen that same exact idea. It's always the trend and then waiting for retracements. Now, okay, so this is a back test done by NINZA, not by me. I don't do back tests. So this is a 200-day back test on a 12-4 King Renko. By the way, King Renko is accurate for back testing as much as back testing could be accurate. Obviously, there's some variables with back testing that sometimes can't be replicated in real time. We all know that. But as far as the bar itself, King Renko bar could be back tested accurately. So this is the test that they ran using this system. And now I don't know if it was with default settings. This you're going to have to ask them. I don't know. Everything I showed you today is default settings. I don't know if they changed anything. So these are the results. They ran the same test on a on a 1 minute chart. On a 1 minute chart. And these are the results. Okay, as far as what kind of a system it is, well, it's definitely a trend following system. It is trend following with pullbacks. It's obviously based on price action. It could be for scalping. It could be for swing trading. Most of the time, I think it's for scalping. However, there could be some, and we've seen some very big moves are possible if you can trail the price using this system. Right. So we saw the clouds, right? The clouds is what begins to identify the trend, and you kind of know where the trend is going to end. And it's also used for the deeper PA retracement. Covered all that. Let me just see if there's something we did not cover. I know that, you know, if you try and kind of trail a price, that's not the right thing, but yeah, I don't know. You could use they do have like a trailing stop, like these things, like a trailing stop. That would be, I guess, more appropriate for a King Renko bar. Again, or a Ninja Renko. But again, using a King Renko or a Ninja Renko, in my opinion, you just want to scalp. You must have an amount you have in mind, and you just scalp 50, 100, $150, and you can do this a few times a day. Okay, so we've seen that. We know that two types of pullbacks, again, Fibonacci and the PA pullback. I think I covered everything. Let me do this. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to take a drink of water. And you can type any questions you want in the chat, and I will read over the questions, and we can go over some questions. In the meantime, maybe we can catch a live trade. What should we use, though? What should we use to possibly catch a live trade? So, well, we just missed this PA long. Yeah, so you see, this is the deeper PA retracement. But I'm thinking if we have a chance of catching anything, maybe we need like a King Renko bar, or maybe even a Ninja Renko bar. Maybe like a Ninja Renko, maybe 12-4. See if we can catch something live. Don't get stuck on me, please. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on me. All right, so I'm not sure. This chart might be just got stuck. My other charts are moving. Let's give this a minute. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, uh, let, let's do the plan. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to grab a bottle of water. Any questions, please leave it in the chat. I will be right back. All right, let's see. Oh, so it's working now. Good. So yeah, it's working. So the idea is there was a change of trend. Let's see if so there was the Fibonacci retracement, but we didn't get a signal. Let's see if we get a signal. What does a PA stand for? Does it stand for price action? It might. To me, just means it's the deeper retracement into the cloud. I mean, I guess it's based on price action. I mean, the whole thing is based on price action. Um, okay, so no 50% retracement yet. It might just go into the cloud and look for the PA signal. So let's see. Since there are no questions, really, I'm just going to take a few minutes. Let's see if we can catch a live signal. All right. Okay, hold on. Yeah, email me regarding how to automate the system, only because I'm not sure if NINZA has a business relationship with that company. So unfortunately, we didn't get a signal here. Didn't go deep enough for a signal. So it's not going to take a short because again, this is trend following. So even though it's in the cloud, there's not going to be a short signal. It's going to wait for retracement. We'll give it a few minutes. We have some time. So again, this is just a 12 for ninZaFamily. Let's see if we have a PA signal, maybe. Nope. Nope. No PA signal instead of a change of trend. And now it's going to wait for a retracement for a short signal. So it draws for you where it wants that retracement to go to. And didn't quite get there. Now, if you adjusted some settings, could you find something that would take this kind of short? Yeah. But again, I don't want to start dealing with changing settings. So let's see if we get anything. So let's see if we're going to come into the cloud, and then if there's a bar that will close down, but it has to get here first. Then it's going to be a short, but didn't quite get there. Oh no, we did. I'm sorry. Yes, it did. Here we go. So this little tip, I guess, got in there, and that's the Fibonacci. That's not the cloud, though. This is the Fibonacci. So this is the Fib, and that's why you see why it's so important, I think, to use automation. See how fast this happened? Like, how would you catch this manually? It would be very tricky. So I do think automation here would help. I believe so. So you see again, I mean, decent signal, right? Again, not my favorite time to trade right now, but this is decent for a quick scalp for sure. Here we go. So that's how this works. All right. Well, glad we were able to catch to catch a trade. Let's see if there are any more questions before. I don't see any more questions. Why? Yeah, it just the way again. When it comes to programming, I cannot tell you how it's coded. But however it finds these Fibonacci retracements, it finds, and then it just draws the signal. It paints the signal when the bar closes. Okay, so I'm told the coupon is not working. So again, do you mean which coupon is not working? Again, any kind of a technical issue with that, contact NINZA. They will respond to you, I promise you. I have no control over that. I know one time when I did one of these webinars, the website crashed and no one was able to do anything. So any kind of an issue with the coupon, just email them. Maybe this one is, it should be the same one. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you for stopping by. Once again, if you need to get in touch with me for any reason, this is my email. And yeah, I mean, Zephyrus Force is, I've been kind of looking at it for the past about 3 weeks now. It is very consistent, and it can handle chop fairly well, better than average. It can handle chop. Obviously, it does great when things are moving, but almost anything does great when things are moving. It can handle chop fairly well, fairly well. Yeah, that's about all I can say. So thank you all. Get in touch with me for any reason, any issues. Otherwise, get in touch with NINZA Co. And I will see you guys next time.